One thing I've noticed lately among people that are very skilled at what they do or at the top of a particular field is that a great deal of them are very lonely and isolated. We hear sayings like it's lonely at the top or more money, more problems all the time, but I don't think we understand the true extent of how real they are. Whether you're in the process of chasing success or have already obtained it, it can oftentimes feel very isolating. Especially if you're venturing into a path that no one else in your family or community has. You'll feel lost and alone because no one believes in this thing you're doing as much as you do. And the unfamiliarity of whatever you're pursuing may even cause doubt among the people that are supposed to be supporting you. A person that came to mind for me when I thought of this concept was the late great Kobe Bryant. What we saw of him was the legend he was on the court and his famous Mamba mentality. But Kobe was very open about the fact that due to his upbringing, he didn't grow up having many friends in his youth.
Unfortunately, because of the lack of communication with my peers, I wasn't invited to parties or friendly gatherings on the weekend. So on Fridays and Saturdays, I would go in my rec room with my basketball and basically dribble myself to sleep. And I think that was the best thing that could have ever happened to me, because during those lonely hours in the rec room, I discovered the hunger, the motivation, and the desire to be the best possible basketball player that I could be.
Although in the end he ended up becoming one of the greatest ever to play the sport of basketball, he had to experience lonely nights where he'd often overwork himself and probably had no one to confide in. He was so addicted to becoming the greatest that he missed weddings and parties of teammates, to the point that some of his teammates claimed that they didn't even know him that well because of just how little they knew of him off the court. While his more outgoing and fun-loving teammates like Shaq liked to play hard and have a good time, he was the no-nonsense teammate who believed in hard work and discipline at all times. And it's not like he led a sad life. He had a happy family and retired a legend. But it's crazy to think just how much time he spent alone just to be as great as he was. All the rings, the status, and the universal acclaim came at the cost of many lonely days. But I'm sure if he were to be asked, he wouldn't have it any other way. The thing about exceptional people is that even if they really want someone who they can bond with, usually there just isn't anyone in their lives who can truly understand them. And in the worst cases, that lack of understanding due to your success can even lead to fear, which is something I think is best exemplified in a show called. Now, if you've never heard of this show or are still watching it and haven't finished it, I highly recommend that you do, because I'm about to spill some real heavy spoilers. I'll put a timestamp in the video just so you can avoid them. But basically, in the last episode of season 3, our protagonist Mark or Invincible is met by an all-conquering villain named Conquest, one of, if not the most elite and dangerous soldiers from the planet Viltrum. And after a fucking amazing fight between him and Mark throughout the episode, he's finally got his number and he is ready to end it all. But before he decides to kill Invincible, he delivers this amazing monologue.
I am so lonely. All the other Viltrumites are scared of me. No one talks to me. No one wants to be my friend. They think I am unstable. They send me from planet to planet committing atrocities in their name. And as I get better at it, they fear me more and more. Some days I feel so alone I could cry, but I don't. I never do. Because what would be the point?
Now this stood out to me for a lot of reasons. The first of which is that bro just randomly decided to trauma dump to a dude he was brutally beating the shit out of, which is insane to me. But secondly, the fact that he said he's so good at conquering all these planets that everyone now avoids him because they fear him. He can't even be friends with anyone of his kind because he feels very misunderstood by them. It hurts him deeply inside, but because of his position and need to maintain that respect from them, he has to bury those feelings deep inside and keep doing what he does best. And I think a lot of people who are rich, powerful, or at the top of their respective fields kind of feel this way too. They constantly live on guard because they don't know if the people around them are being nice to them because they fear them, or they feel as if they can gain something from them. And look, I'm not out here trying to be like, oh boo-hoo, look at rich people and how sad their lives are. But I'm just saying that being extremely successful comes with a set of unique problems that they can't share with anyone because they know it comes with a lot of judgment or could even make people lose respect for them, which causes that feeling of isolation to grow bigger day by day. Because of the amount of success these people have attained, no one is going to empathize with them, which is understandable. I can't feel sorry for a person who cries in a Porsche while I don't have a car at all.
Hey yo, that's a bar. Write that shit down, nigga.
But on the other hand, I think that subconsciously many people are aware of this, and perhaps this fear of isolation, whether they know it or not, is a part of the reason why they won't pursue the things they are passionate about. So most people would rather just stop and live normally instead of going through all that. Because what's the point of getting made fun of for trying to make your dreams a reality? And what's the point of achieving that dream if in the end you won't have anyone else to share it with? I mean, look at a guy like Drake. He is the biggest rapper of the last decade or so, but he is an example of how gaining all the success and money in the world will never feel the inherent desire for human connection. His music is filled with tons of lyrics about how barely anyone believed in him when he was coming up, and how even though he's reached this legend status, he still gets his heart broken and feels lonely. It's never clear if the people that try to be in the circle are doing it because they genuinely like him or are just trying to take advantage of his fame and riches. So what does he do? He'd rather make up for all that with the parties, the gambling and the girls. And even though that was a criticism thrown at him by a certain rapper from Compton, a lot of people would be in the same position if they were in the same situation as Drake. I'm not condoning that lifestyle, but I understand it. But enough about those two. That's not what the video is about. That's not to say it's all bad though. For as many people who are lonely and isolated on the path to success, there are just as much who reach the same heights while having people by their side. And a great example of this for me is Kai Cenat, a person who's always had a group of people by his side to support him through thick and thin. A group of people by his side since day one who were there with him during a large part of his whole journey, and that's his crew, AMP. And while he had been making videos long before he met them, being close to guys like Duke, Phantom, Agent, Davis, and Chris looks like it made him go harder on his content and take it to the next level. Because he was in an environment where everyone was chasing similar goals and could hold each other accountable if they were slacking. And now because of that, all of these individuals are successful in their own right because they stuck together. Because as cliche as it is, no man is an island. Helping others in their own journeys will also help you advance in yours. In this world, there will be people whose goals naturally align with yours. And if or when you do find these people, you should keep them in your life because it can go a long way. So I guess the point I'm trying to make is, when trying to achieve a huge goal, there's only two types of people you're going to need in your life. Like-minded people trying to chase the same goals as you, or people who may not understand why you do what you do, but support you anyways. Anyone else is probably there just to hold you back and make you doubt yourself even more. And that's not the type of energy you need around you when you're trying to achieve something significant in your life. This is because once you do make it, not only will it feel like a win for you, but for everyone that was truly by your side as well. So while the path to success tends to look like a lonely one for some people, it doesn't have to be. It'll actually be more fruitful and enjoyable once you find your people. So if you're watching this and you have goals and ambitions that you're after, you may feel like you're alone sometimes, but just hope that one day you will find your people. Success does not have to be a lonely road. But anyways, that's it from me today. Y'all can drop your thoughts in the comments. So like the video, comment, all that good stuff. And help your boy get to 100 subscribers. But that's it from me. Y'all stay safe and I'm out.
Get the fuck out.